Hi, Stampers. I'm Sandy Harko with SandyLovesStamping.com. Welcome to the Stamp and Go on July the 9th at 7 p.m. We are going to be using the Charming Duck Pond tonight, and I'll show you that shortly when we move the camera down to our work area. If you enjoy this class and would like to get the card kit for free, you can place an order for $35 using the host code in the general section below. Now you need to do that by July the 16th, so you have 1 week to get that order in. If you'd like to also get a free set of embellishments, along with that, you can place an order for $50. So $35 gets you the card kit, $50 gets you the card kit plus the embellishments to go with it. Now, if you just want the supply list and the measurements, there is a hot link below in the general section where you can get that link. So that'll link you up to get just a supply list and the materials. Some of the ladies have had a little trouble finding this information. So if you look right below the video that you're watching right now, you'll see a general section down there. It's usually in black. And there are 3 little dots. If you don't see the whole thing, you might see 3 little dots. So if you click that or the word more, you'll get the rest of the information down there. But if you have trouble getting any of it, just send me an email or give me a call and I'll be sure to get that information to you. Okay, let's start stamping. Let's see if we can get the camera moved down. There we go. Awesome. Now, this is the stamp set that we're using, Charming Duck Pond. And this is the set of dies that goes with it. And this is absolutely totally awesome. So we'll be using, well, actually, we're not using that tonight. We're using that in a class earlier before this Stamp and Go. All right, so that is what we're using tonight. Let's start with our first card, and this is what the first card looks like. All right, we are going to work on this background piece first. So let's move that out of the way. Now you'll have 2 pieces. You'll have the one with the swirly, it's called So Swirly embossing folder. And then this piece is cut out, and we're actually going to be working on this piece for the most part. So what we want to do first is take this blank piece and make sure that it's centered in back of the top piece there. Flip that back over and then just take a pencil and go along the edge of that die cut opening. That's going to help us figure out where our stamping and images is going to go. All right, so let's lay this piece over to the side for a moment and grab our Coastal Cabana and our blending brush, sorry. All right, so you know when you ink up your blending brush, if you roll it around like this, you're more likely to get better inking than if you just go straight down. So I'm going to work on this bottom part right now, and that's where the deepest part of our inking is going to go, is down here at the bottom. All right, and if you swirl this around a little bit, you'll get a lot more ink down much quicker. If you swish it before, if you circular motion it before it hits the paper, that will help out also. Now, this is where we want the darkest part, but we don't want to leave this top part uncolored. So we're going to ink a little bit up here at the top so that it looks like probably sky coming down to meet the water. Okay, so now we've got deeper down here and then the lighter part up there. Cool. All right, let's lay this over to the side, get this out of the way. And we have a little bit of stamping to do on this piece. So let's start with the cattails. So this is, let me ink that up for you so you can see that a little bit better. This is Old Olive. Come on, there we go. Get this pencil out of the way. So we're going to ink up, and this is just the green part. I have another stamp that's going to do the actual cattails. So we've inked that up with Old Olive. And here is our pencil mark right here and here, if you're having trouble seeing that on the camera. And so we're going to come up not quite to that top part there. So we're going to stamp that right there. We don't have to worry about the bottom part. It'll come where it comes. Kind of worried about getting that top part where we want that. All right, awesome. All right, that's all the olive that we need for the moment. Now we're going to grab the actual cattails. You can see those pretty well. And we're going to use Cajun Craze. Now this is pretty cool because they have these all lined up so you can see exactly where they're going to fit. So you see that little top part there? We're aiming the top of our cattails to come right underneath that. So if you line all three of them up and then press down, you are good to go. All right, we're going to do the same thing to the other side. I got some ink up there. Let's get rid of that. Otherwise, I know it's going to land on our good part. We don't want that to happen. Okay, go straight down. Okay, very good, very good. All right, the last thing that we have to stamp on here, let's get rid of the Cajun. Okay, and we're going to use black ink. It doesn't matter what black ink you use. I'm using Memento because that's what I had on hand. And we're going to do the happy birthday. There we go. And that's going to go, see, here's the top part of our pencil mark. So we're going to come down just a little bit and pop that happy birthday right there. Rock it slightly to make sure you get the top and the bottom of all of your letters. All right. That's all the stamping that you're going to do on this piece. So the next thing that we're going to do is put on dimensionals. And those are going to go up at the top and at the bottom. Now just make sure that you don't get these within your pencil mark there. That's the only thing you have to remember. Okay, let me check the pencil mark on this one. Okay, let's do that one right there. And I'm going to use one of these half ones down here that's on the bottom just to make sure I don't come up too far. Perfect. Now we're going to flip off the toppers of your dimensionals. Okay, and one more. Now we're going to grab our top piece and I'm going to flip that to the back side. And I'm going to turn this over so that those dimensionals are going to hit the back of our front piece. This way we can make sure that we're getting pretty close to exactly centering it. Then when we flip that over, it's looking pretty good. Awesome. Now let's grab the three pieces for the large duck. Here is the wing piece, and that's going to go right there. All right, I'm going to flip that to the back side and grab my glue dots. Now you can use glue on the back side of this, but I'm going to use a glue dot because I don't have to wait for it to dry. And that's going to go right there. That's where the wing goes. Now there is a tiny, tiny bill. Looks like this. Okay, and that's going to go right there. So for this, I am going to use whoa, lots of glue came out there. We don't need all that glue, so we'll wipe part of that off. And then we're going to try to get that little tiny bill right there on our duck. All right, looking good. Now we're going to flip that to the back side and grab a couple of dimensionals. You'll probably get away with one, but I'm going to use two. And we're going to sit our duck right about here. Now he's going to overlap a little bit of the cattails, and that's okay. All right. And then we're going to grab the baby duck, and that's two pieces also. And we have the under part, and then we have the overlay. Now, again, I'm going to use glue because this is almost too much to try to get the glue dot small enough to use there. So we are going to lay that over our little duck. And I'm just going to mop up some of that glue that I'm using a new bottle of glue. And as you know, it comes out really fast. All right, I'm going to grab a mini glue dot. If you don't have minis, you can use part of this edging on your regular dimensionals. And we're going to flip that off and pop our little tiny duck right in front of Mama. Wonderful. Now we have a double lily pad, and this we are going to use glue on just a little bit down here at the bottom, and that is going to go right here. So we can pop that right below the cattails there. We have 2 flowers. I'm actually going to use a glue dot on each of these to nail those down. So one of them is going to go right inside, and it will cover just a little bit of your duck. And then I'm going to grab another one for the second flower, and that one is going to go right here. Perfect. We have one last thing to pop on, and that is a dragonfly. Now, the dragonfly and birds are an online exclusive, so you won't see those in the catalog, but you can find those online. And your card is ready for sending. So I hope you enjoyed that one. I thought that was a fun one. I like this frame technique to sort of focal point the ducks right in the center. All righty. Oops, you know what I forgot? I forgot to put it on the card base itself. Here's the card base. The card base opens at the bottom. All right, we're using the thick card base, a thick cardstock, because it's a little bit stronger than just the regular white. The regular white we use for the other layers, but for the base, I like to use the thick part. And we're just centering that. So that gives it a second little frame around the edge there. Just try to get that centered all the way around. Now your card is done. All right, we don't want to forget that card base. Okay, let us move on to card number 2. And on this one, we're going to feature the frogs. And I'm not a frog person, but I did think these frogs were pretty cute. So this is what we're going to work on right now. Let's mop that out of the way. And for each card, you'll have 2 frog die cuts that look like that. We are going to ink those up with Memento. You can see it a little bit better that way. We're going to ink those up with Memento. And we're going to center over the die and rock it slightly to make sure we get the whole thing on there. Now, I am not going to let you watch me color because that is a little bit boring. So let me tell you about the colors that you have for the frog. Now, for the frog itself, we have light granny apple green. So that's for the frog part there. And for the lily pad, we have dark olive. All right, so dark olive and dark or light granny apple for the frogs themselves. All right, you need 2 of those per card. Now, let's see. The next thing that we're going to work on would be the cattails. Now, I die cut these with the die, obviously. I die cut them out of the lemon lime twist. But we know that the cattails themselves are not lemon lime twist. So I'm going to use my dark Cajun Craze marker to color just that part of the die cut. And it goes so fast that I am actually going to make you watch me do this. All right, and the same thing for the second one. Done. Awesome. Okay, so let's lay this over to the side. So now I'm going to lay those over there, get rid of my silicone mat. And let's grab this piece. This is a die cut that comes from the Citrus Blooms set. And it is beautiful. We're going to use, you can tell that we used also the leaf die cut from that set too. It's very, very pretty. Now I'm using Post-it notes to cover this up because we're going to give the water line in this one a definite edge. So I'm lining that up on here. And I just may grab my pool party ink and my pool party blending brush. Well, you can use any blending brush. All right, so let's ink this up. And this is a lighter color than the Coastal. And sometimes the lighter colors take us a little bit longer to get that deep layer on there. So this might take us a second or so to get that all on there. Now, if you don't have Post-it notes, you can use like the edge of anything, but just make sure that it's a thin piece of whatever you use so you don't get that white line that sometimes shows when you try to do something like this with a thicker piece. Like a piece of cardstock is pretty light, so, or is pretty thick, so you don't want to do that. So Post-it notes or a piece of copy paper, your electric bill, something like that. All right, we're getting close to getting that nice deep color in there. A couple more and we should be good to go. All right, there we go. A little bit more down here in this area. Now you can go deeper than this, or if you like it lighter, you can go lighter. All right, I think I'm liking that. So don't get rid of this yet. You still got another little bit to go. But we're going to take off the Post-it notes and see what a nice line that gave us. But we don't want that white. So we're going to take our blending brush with just a little bit of the pool party and give that background just a few swipes on there. Obviously, not as much as we did for the water. But we don't want it to be like white, bright. All right, I'm thinking that's looking pretty good. It just looks like the sky back there in the background. All righty, I'm liking it. So we're going to close up Pool Party and get rid of our blending brush. Now, the next thing that we are going to do is put on the leaf frame. And we're going to do that by flipping to the back side, and we're going to put our glue right along the edge, and you'll see why in just a little bit. So you just want to put, now you want to try to keep the glue to a minimum back here so it doesn't ooze out the side. If it does ooze out, you can just use a piece of old rag or something. Don't use Kleenex. That will leave you lots of little bits that you don't want included. All right, we're not putting glue on any of the leaves, okay? So we're going to take our good side, hold it down over the back of this so that we can nail that just right. All right, that's looking good. Now, we are ready to start adding our goodies. So the first thing we're going to do is add some sunshine. So I'm going to grab a little bit of glue and slip that sunshine right underneath these leaves here. Let me grab my tool here so I can flip that up a little bit. There we go. All right, so we got the sun peeking out a little bit from right there. We're going to grab one of the cattails. And for this one, I'm going to put a glue dot right down here at the bottom. And that will help us leave that top part up so that helps a little bit with dimension. And so we're going to slip that one right in here and then press down. Now we have one more cattail for the other side. Let's put that glue dot right there. And we're going to slip that one under this leafy area right here. Okay, wonderful. Very good. Now we have two frogs. And so we're going to pop both frogs on. Now, I have found that if you slightly tilt these, so we're going to slightly tilt this one just a tiny bit to the left. Okay, about right there. And then we're going to tilt the other one just a tiny bit to the right. It makes it look a little bit cuter. So there we go. Just slightly, and not a whole lot. You don't want them to look like they've been imbibing. All right. So now we have 4 really sparkly leaves. And 2 of them have a fewer leaves. They're more close nor compact. And 2 of them are a little bit more fluffy, shall we say. So we're going to put the fluffy ones up at the top. And I am going to use glue dots on those. So these are the fluffy ones. So I'm putting that glue dot down here at the bottom. And we're going to slip that right under here. So if you lift that up a little bit, you can slide that way up until it hangs down right there. Perfect. Here's our other fluffy one. I'm going to grab another glue dot. And that's going to go down here at the bottom also. And we're going to pop that one right up under here. Just be careful, and you can slide that up a little bit more. I say that, sounds easy, doesn't it? There we go. Awesome. Now I got it stuck to my tool. There we go. Nice. So we want that kind of coming down into a V right there. Now we have these last 2, and we're also going to use glue dots on those. And that's down here at the bottom also. And we're just going to slide that right underneath the leafy part there. Not much. This one doesn't go down much. And kind of comes up beside your cattails there. And we've got another one that's going to go right here. And that one is going to slip right down here beside this cat. Right there. Okay. Now, this is going to go on the card base, which opens down here at the bottom. And so we're going to add a little bit of glue to the back side of this. And this is going to center right here. Perfect. Awesome. So this, we have one thing left to do, and that is to stamp your happy birthday. So we are going to find the happy birthday that we used before, and I put that down here. So let's grab that back again. Happy birthday. And rock that with your ink on there. Rock it just slightly so that we get all the top and the bottom of our letters. And now this, we're going to just flip to the back side and add a little bit of glue. Okay, so center that on the darker piece and then slide that right over there. There we go. Now flip that to the back side. This is the only thing that we have that is going to have dimensions on this card. Whoops, I got the small one. I don't want the small one. So let's grab one of the big ones for down here. And then this one goes right here. Flip off the tops of these, and we're going to slide this right above that solid part right there. And your card is ready for sending. I thought those little frogs were really cute on this card. Okay, let us move on then to card number 3. This is your easy card. I like to give you your easy card at the end. That way, if you're tired, you won't have to worry so much. Okay, We're going to grab this circle and we're using the Have a Lovely Day stamp. Let me ink that up so you can see it better. There you go. Have a lovely day. And that is going to go in the middle and the upper part of your circle. Okay, just like that. That is the only stamping that we have on this card. So let's get rid of the ink so I don't get my sleeve in there. All right, let's put the duck together. And this time we have a white duck. You see that? And we have a pool party wing. So I'm going to grab a glue dot and put that wing right on. So the glue dot's on the back. And you can see exactly where that is supposed to go on your duck. Okay. Flip that to the back side, and we're going to put 2 dimensionals back there. All right. Lay that over to the side. We have another cattail that, oops, you know what? I forgot to color the bill on that one. So rather than try to do a tiny bill, because we've got white, we're just going to use our pumpkin marker, dark pumpkin pie, to color that bill in. Okay, there we go. All right, now we're going to work on the cattails. And just like we did before, we're using the dark Cajun Craze to color just the cattail part. Oh, oops, both of them. We're leaving that little green part at the top. We're leaving that green. All right, there you go. So we have the duck, the cattails, the circle, and the flowers are ready for us. So let's put the card together. Now this card base opens at the right. Oh, nope, this one opens at the bottom. And then we're putting a layer on, and this one is Dashing Designs. So this is one of the new ones, which I absolutely love. So I'm always looking for a card on which I can use that. Flip that to the back side and center that. You'll have just a little bit of your border showing all the way around. The next piece is a piece of a peacock, and we're just going to add a little bit of glue to that. Maybe a little bit more than normal because of the depth of the imprint there. Now this is going to come over about a 1/4 inch from the left side and up about 1.5 inches from the bottom. Then we have a pretty piece of designer paper. Now this is from the, it's called Lily Pond, I believe. Yes, Lily Pond DSP. You can see it's double-sided, so you've got some real pretty designs in that one that go along with your duck theme. Now we're going to come over about a 1/2 inch from the left side and down about 3/4 inch, and then just press down. Next, we'll go on our circle, and I'm using glue on the circle also. Like I said, the only thing that's dimension on this card is the duck itself. Now this is going to get sort of centered based on the peacock piece. So it comes up a little bit and obviously down a bit from the top. Try to center that on with the peacock piece. Okay. Now, here is the cattail. And again, I'm going to use a glue dot at the bottom. So that leaves the top up a little bit. So it's a little bit of a 3D dimension there. It's coming over to the side, and we're going to, of course, avoid hitting our Have a Lovely Day. Then our duck will come on next. Okay, and he is coming in from the left side, or from the right side here. His tail does not go past the peacock, so that will help you orient him. And you'll notice that on the card that's finished, it has a sparkly eye. So we are going to pop on a small rhinestone right there so that his eyes are sparkly. Now we have 4 flowers for this card. Grab that. And I'm going to pop these on with glue dots also, so we don't have to worry about them moving around while I'm moving the card about. So one of them is going right down here at the bottom of the cattails. We're going to have another one that's going up a little bit and slightly tucked behind that first one. Awesome. The next one is going to slightly come up a little bit on the duck. So it looks like he's scooting behind that flower. And then the last one is going down here at the bottom. Okay, wonderful. Now, the last thing we have to pop on are the embellishments, and these are called textured dots. They are very pretty. One of the nice things about this set is that you have two sizes, one color, and you have plenty of both sizes. So if you want to make more than one card, you don't have to worry about running out of the color or the size that you need. All right, and these are going in a straight line down the side. Just like that. And scooch that over just a little bit. Yeah, that's better. Okay, your card is ready for sending. So I hope that you enjoyed these cards tonight. If you would like a card kit, a free card kit, that's 2 of each of the cards that we made. You can place a $35 order using that host code. Now you have 1 week to get the order in. If you place an order for $50, you'll get not only the card kit, but you'll also get a free pack of embellishments to go with that. If you just want the measurements in the supply list, there is a link in the general section, and that general section is right below where you're looking now, the video. So if you click on more or those 3 dots, the whole section of description will come up, and that's that link is on there. If you have trouble with any of these links, or you don't know where they are, don't see them, don't hesitate to give me a call or shoot me an email. My information is also below, so you can get in touch with me anytime, and we'll get that to you. I hope if you did like tonight's class, that you will like it and share it and subscribe to my channel if you haven't already done so. So I think that's about it. I hope to see you in 2 weeks at the next Stamp and Go in July. See you then. Take care.